That was weird. Do I still have you guys? Give it a second to recover. That's weird. I just lost, like, connection to the Twitch servers. I wonder if it's the storm rolling through. But I should be back if you guys, refresh the stream in case you haven't already done so. Give you guys a second to return. Refresh fixed it. While we're waiting for people to refresh, by the way, I did have I did find a clip of Bane from both series here that I think just really sums up him very well.
With this?
Table for one, sir.
Bane?
Oh, Kite Man. Welcome to Villagan.
You work here now? How?
You know, it actually happened pretty organically. These crooks think they can put the little guy out of business. We'll see about that. What? They've got a me? Oh, wow, I am important. Hold up, he didn't even greet the tutor. And this customer over here is waiting on a refill. This guy is giving Bane a bad name.
Excuse me, Garçon. Does the soup contain gluten?
Well, look, I don't... Well, are we talking of allergies or just a preference?
It's just like the voice that they gave him is just it sends me every time I hear it. Oh, we got to do captions again, sure. Organically. And again, it's clearly like a parody of the Dark Knight Bane voice. But he's just enjoying himself. He's just enjoying himself. Stream's still stuck for people? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it literally cut our viewership in half, which is no fun. Thank you, Storm or Twitch or whoever. Like I said, I'll give people another minute to get in here, and then we'll pop back in. Storm system in Canada might be heading south. Yeah, we do have like a pretty hefty storm just heading straight south. That's what's kicking us right here. I know. I mean, if anybody wants to give me $500 to bring an electrician, I will absolutely do it within the week. But I got a new router, and I have not dropped a singular frame since. I really think this is an ISP problem or a connection problem. Like, either from the I should mention a connection problem between either the ISP and myself, or like an actual weather issue. Stream is sponsored by Bob the Electrician. Anyway, I think I'm going to just keep going here, friends. The VOD will be the VOD, and people can go back and watch if they need be. But I'm going to keep things moving here because it's getting late. And I want to make sure we make more progress here tonight. Because I do want to try to finish this week if we can, running out of time. That's true. Yeah, usually Twitch is pretty good about recovering internet connections because you're right. They put up the disconnect page. It's only 10:12. We only got about 45, 50 minutes is what I'm saying. So I want to make sure I make the progress I can. People are coming back. All right, we're good. 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 Why do you think the muffler, piece of cloth of the muffler is related to this case? The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Ugh. Ugh. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Thank you for the follow, by the way. We did it.
Well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I found myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law.
Showing though the stream is live again for me. I think we lost like all of the mobile viewers, which sucks.
Have the car at this crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Whew, that was close. But we made it. At least for now.
The court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry. To be continued. All right, friends, we're gonna save up here, and then I'm going to, I think, reload my tea here because I gotta keep kicking along here, and I want to make sure that we're getting this thing moving. Find all your live channel even refreshing. What in the heck is going on? What's fascinating about it though is OBS still has us kicking at almost 2 hours of stream. So I really do think maybe Twitch dropped us there for a minute because OBS still has us rolling. We still have 0 dropped frames according to it. It's weird. All right. Let's go ahead and save, and then, like I said, I'm going to take a very quick break, no longer than like 2.5 minutes to go reheat a cup of tea, and then when we come back, we'll find out what exactly was in that tailpipe. See you guys in just a little bit, all right? BRB. BRB. For some reason, I have ABBA on the brain. All right, friends, I've returned. Sorry about that. I was kind of getting a little antsy and I wanted to get a little bit more tea in my system. And so I brewed myself a new cup and I also had a chance to pee. That's the beauty of going and getting getting a new cup of tea out of the microwave. Is about the exact amount of time it takes me to pee and wash my hands to get some new tea going. Changing it up a little bit. The tea I'm drinking tonight, I'll get to in a second here. Let me go ahead and stop the music here and get back to the video game. I'm drinking Rishi, which is a local brand that I very much enjoy. I bumped my funny bone. This one in particular is Sencha Green. Usually I drink jasmine, but then are you a microwave tea person? I mean, depends on what I need to do. I'll microwave the water to a temperature that I know works pretty well, pretty accurately, and then I'll just put the tea bag in afterwards. I need it to keep me entertained. What can I say? I do have like a cool tea like pot that I can use that heats tea, but it's a loose leaf teapot, which means if I'm making tea in that thing, that's a 3-4 cupper. Whereas at 10 o'clock at night, I just need 1 cup. You know what I mean? Now I don't have my funny bone, so it can't be funny. But I drink almost exclusively green tea. No kettle, but then my breaks would take like 8 minutes to heat up water. An electric kettle would be nice. But what I'm saying is I have an electric teapot that I can use as well. But again, it's like minimum 3 cups of tea. At that point, like, why am I making a big mess if I only need 1 cup? Anywho, let's get into this thing going, huh? And do some stretching, I guess. Oh boy, all the redeems reset. Oh. Do any of the characters from Ace Attorney remind you of any characters Jess has created? Now, understand, I don't know a ton of the characters that she's created beyond Minor Demons and the modern day stuff. No, I got no one. Not at the moment, at least. I'd have to think about it more. All right, let's get back to it, shall we, friends? February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. I just stay in my line, you know? I ain't got time.
Mr. Wright?
Huh? What? See you, Sarloma. Thank you very much for stopping by and giving stuff today as well.
Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much. Have I ever tried Earl Grey tea? Yeah, I like myself some Earl Grey. I'm a green tea guy first and foremost, though. Green tea, then white tea, then black tea, then herbal tea. That's kind of my order of teas that I enjoy. And a good matcha anywhere in there too, but matcha is just pulverized green tea, so, you know. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway?
Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably something to do with that piece of cloth.
So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. A few blacks and herbal teas, sure. I'll tell you, David's Tea, unfortunately they don't have any more U.S. brick and mortar stores, but back when they had one near me, changed my life when it came to tea. Because they would just let me try different tea around the store and smell them and stuff. And it helped so much. So much. You don't you stand chamomile and jasmine. I thought you said can't stand chamomile and jasmine. I was like, what's wrong with jasmine? Welcome, Raiders. How you doing on this fine Thursday evening? Good evening, welcome. My name is Shadow Temple. Welcome to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are in the fifth and final case of the original game that's kicked off this wild, decades-reaching series, where we are now in our first day of trial workings to try to save this girl's sister from being falsely accused of murder. Even though she was there at the scene of the crime when the murder happened, or at least when the body was discovered, and also she admitted to killing the guy. So we're working on that. Have an easy way to physically smell / test a sample. Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. And that's where I ran into as well. But I'll just say I do love me some Jasmine. PC Cat, if you're out there, hi, how are you doing? What was your stream like? What's going on? What brings you here? Meanwhile, hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least.
Officer Marshall!
Thought I'd come take a look, see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. You come from the ocean! By which coast must I observe? Are there more? Must I fear the uprising? That hard to slip out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? Subnautica, very cool. How's that? The hair that is never shaved, no matter how many times it cuts at it. All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. And failing to be comfy in a car. I cannot fall asleep in a car, I swear to goodness. I can't. Don't you get enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You can be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all?
Huh?
I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler.
What?
At the award ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth seen it too, I reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf.
So Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Yeah. I have a bad feeling about this.
So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Hoo-wee. Is Shakespeare an insult? Yeah. Yeah, it's true. If you have something, if you have a conversation that is just completely just between two people, you can always whisper. Just not that it's a huge deal, but it's a good idea to kind of separate that. Or go on the Discord server. That's an excellent sort of question or conversation for the Discord server. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 9. If you're looking for my input about what new videos are coming out, it'll cost you $500,000, which would be the cost of breaking an NDA, I do believe. February 23rd, I already said it. Whatever. I'd like to resume. What's happening? Yeah, it is unfortunate, M. Jones. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Oh, Edgeworth. Oh, he's having a bad time, guys.
Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth. That brow, whack! Those grinding teeth, whack! Those watery eyes, whack! What's more, your eyes are unfocused, whack! You're doubled over, whack! Your back is bent, whack! It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well, then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial.
Go give your boyfriend a high kiss.
During a recess, I don't... This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
And so he enters. Excuse me. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Ba-ba-da. Haven't decided what kind of voice I want for this man yet, but I'm working on it. What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom.
Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in.
What? Who on earth is he?
Ah, it's you.
Sorry I'm late, Edgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, Edgy. Edgy, how you been? Swim much these days?
Hello. No, I've been so busy.
Busy smizzy, Edgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax.
Yes, indeed.
Udgy. Seems to be his nickname for the judge?
I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you?
Haha, so you're right, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son.
Thanks?
So sorry about a little worthy giving you all the trouble, eh? You know we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly!
I think that's about right. Little Worthy?
Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police?
Chief of police?
He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district.
I'm trying to go feral for this man. I mean, look at those piercing eyes, man.
Name's Gant, Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it?
Includes this guy.
Well, it's worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this.
Hey, that's
my sister's muffler.
So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Skye really was wearing that muffler.
But to think it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
The pauses, by the way, kill me. In the, like, he's very good at, I really enjoy it. It really messes me up in a good way. Because he just stares you down and it's like, I'm being seen in a way I do not enjoy.
Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth, how could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigations are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature is there. Miles Edgeworth.
That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had...
You're heading into the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel, but you're the person in charge. I'd expect a written apology.
What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words.
I don't see any droppage on my end. Hopefully it's just local.
This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor. Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it for me, I wonder?
Yes, well, I think all I have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. And what then, Mr. Wright? What am I?
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I won't be able to point it at people anymore.
Come on, just hurry up and open it! Ah!
Yeah, we got a lot of evidence. Thank you, game. Thank you. Here we go. SL9-2. Looks like maybe fingerprints on it? Yeah, those definitely look like fingerprints, right? Fire!
What? Don't scare me like that!
I'm the one who's scared!
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached.
This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I'd like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police, and this knife?
Sure thing. Not a problem, not even a little one. Really.
Department in disorder.
This knife is special. I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
You like that voice for Gant? Yeah.
There was a murder at the police department? A detective?
That's hush-hush information, Ajay. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
But wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Uh-oh.
Order! Order! Order!
Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright?
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places?
The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
I know, the peanut gallery was able to listen in on that. So we have a pretty easy spot on this, for what it's worth, friends. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman, we've had this piece of evidence sitting in our inventory here for a while. Found inside the car, next to the victim, there was a memo with his name on it, written as such. But clearly, this is wrong. They're looking at it the wrong direction. They gotta flip it around. Because that knife says SL9, and so does this paper. They just won't let me flip it because they're weird like that. Here, let me just kind of play around though. Let's click on this tag and get that info.
There's a small tag on the knife.
It says SL92.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm not sure, but it reminds me of a similar code. DL6. Maybe it's a case number?
That's weird.
What?
I don't remember where, but I think I've seen something like this before. Something similar to what's written on this tag. It wasn't that long ago either.
Maybe I should check the court record again. Yeah? Yeah, you think? Kids these days. Let's do it. Let's see whether this works between the two. It does! Yeah, he also has his own personal stationery for this detective. Wait a second.
Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection.
This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? In honest-to-goodness, what do you mean, Famudgy? This is great.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. There you go, Sticks.
What's this? 6 minus 7 is 12-2.
Your Honor, it's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Bippity boppity boo.
Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that's written on the knife's tag. Order! Order! Well, Chief? Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto.
I win? What game is this guy playing?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was an evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
Hard to think there isn't any connection here.
Okay. Bad day for the department. We're in any shape to do an investigation. The detective is killed. The police department. All right, let's just press everything. I'm not sure if there's anywhere else. I don't know where else to go yet. What is Shadow's real name? It's not that extremely hidden, but I also... It's one of those things where the less I have of my personal information on the internet, the less problems it's going to cause. That's kind of the classic game out there, and you should do the same for yourself on the internet. The less people know about you personally, the more safe you are on the internet. Something happened at the police department too, huh?
You got a good look in your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry.
So something did happen. And why wasn't I informed? Fun fact, by the way, even the AFMAO crew calls me Shadow. Mainly because our director has the same first name as my real name. So as a result, I'm just Shadow to everyone.
Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all.
Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day?
A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess.
No, that's fine. I mean, would you believe AFMAO's name's not AFMAO? But also her name's pretty public. At least her first name is. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department.
That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Edgy?
I have to remember, I can't just give him vocal fry. I have to actually put like vocal, I have to put air breath support under his voice. Then I think it works better.
I'm at a loss for words.
The perpetrator. Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, it literally is Dwayne, but it's one of those things, she doesn't mention it all the time. And the fewer people that know it, the safer she becomes. It's what it was called, like the Swiss cheese defense strategy. Where, like, the more you obfuscate something or the more layers of protection you have, even if they aren't all perfect, the more protection you have, even if they're all imperfect. Just arrested? That was quick.
But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, righto.
I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case.
Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only.
We already know that the victim died at 5:15, or at least got stabbed at 5:15, so I don't want to know that info. I want to know how the victim was killed. Well, how was the detective killed?
How was he killed? Now that's the interesting part. It was what we in the force call a stabbing with a knife.
In a knife?
It's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. That's the spirit. We're cooking now. But you know, that's not the only thing that was exactly the same.
What do you mean?
There were more similarities between the two cases than the cause of death.
Seems like I'm gonna have to press this a bit harder.
The time of the crime, 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh?
5:15? But that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What? Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place and a murder at our place at the very same time. What are the chances?
Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling. I'd say there's a 0.001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident.
It's not officially linked to this case here, so I can't talk much about it.
How can you say there's no connection?
How? Because I'm the chief of police. I can't just say anything I please, righto. You understand? Try to understand, righto. Well, if you can prove there is a connection, more power to you. Maybe there is something that ties the two murders together.
Whatever it is, I'd better find it and get to the bottom of this. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15, one at the prosecutor's office and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence.
And that knife? What was it doing there?
I'd better check this knife out. Wait, we already have the connection though, right? Oh, why did I press that? I should have presented. I didn't mean for all of this to move. There we go. That's what I need to get to. It's not officially linked to this case here, but it's literally this, though, right? Like, either the knife or this links it to this case. Nope, not that. See you, Caro in space. Have yourself a good night. I already presented that. I guess I just present the knife? Also wrong. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Hello, Demon Pierce. How you doing? So this knife was stolen?
Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice, nice, nice. Good show, Weatherworthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved.
So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found on the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
Hard to think there isn't a connection there. There's definitely a connection between these two cases.
And you can't prove it, though.
Huh. Let's look at the rest of our stuff. Wow, wow, wow. Nothing else to really investigate with this knife here, it seems. Yeah, nothing else going on with this here knife, best as I can tell. We've already investigated the tag. So I already presented these two pieces of evidence. Are you late? We've been streaming already for 2.5 hours, and we're probably only go for about another 15, 20 minutes, if I had to guess, so kinda. But welcome just the same. A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID 5842189.
Wonder why they only use numbers.
Yeah. I was just checking to see if there's any more information there, but it doesn't seem like there's anything going on there. You got two knives. I mean, other than people getting stabbed at the same time together, that's not really that wild. We didn't get the Goodman note updated in any way, shape, or form. I think I'll open up to the floor if anybody has any ideas, because I'm a little stuck here, if I'm being honest. Don't really know what happened here. Or where the game wants me to go with this. Otherwise, we'll look at the guide. This is indeed a rutabaga. If anybody has, if you're new to the channel, rutabagas are situations where I, as the player, have been stumped, and I need your assistance in helping me move forward. What happened is what happened. You present Goodman's ID somewhere. Okay. So I poked on the right thing there, actually, weirdly enough. They're already fully dead at 5:15. Edgeworth's car came in a lot at 5:12. The timing is definitely strange, right? Guaranteed. Just to confirm, I'm gonna take a moment here and excuse me. Trial former. Trial latter. Ba-ba. Okay, so what we were missing here is I didn't press enough information, or press for enough information. I guess I can add. Remember when Gant was like, you can ask me one question, but only one question? Apparently you can just keep doing that. Yeah, yep, that's what I'm missing here. As I guess he'll just keep telling you, even though you're only allowed to want to ask one question, you could just keep asking one question over and over again. Here we go. Where was the victim found? So tell me, where was the victim found?
Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department.
The evidence room? Well, wait a second. I have heard of that.
The evidence room? Did he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Posture check. Square up. There's a connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With a link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. And this is where we present Goodman's ID. I hit the wrong button. Wrong! No! I've made a terrible mistake. I should have followed the guide better. I needed to just press that again. No presenting, just press on it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. There it is. Sometimes you just gotta hit the wrong button. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven.
You don't say. Well, out with it, Wright-o. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be coincidence.
You two make a good pair. See, he gets it.
It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here.
Chief, I request you release the information on the victim of the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet at all.
Can we get the information unofficially? I know that stare gets me every time.
Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all.
What? Really?
Who would have guessed?
Whatever. If you're going to tell us a little, why not just tell us everything?
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's division. Okay, well, what division was the victim stationed in?
Oh, you want to know that, do you? Do you? Criminal Affairs, Division 1. The detectives responsible for homicide cases.
Homicide? That'd be the same division as Detective Gumshoe.
Detective Goodman, who was killed in the underground parking lot, was homicide too.
It's almost like a serial killer was after homicide detectives.
Except this serial killing happened simultaneously, scientifically speaking.
Boy, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit here. Well, I sure hope Detective Gumshoe isn't next on the list. 2 detectives were killed at 5:15. One at the prosecutor's office, and one at the police department. That can't be a coincidence. Yeah. Let's go all the way back to the end again and ask him another question about the victim.
Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly.
The victim's ID number, please. Okay. How about you tell me the victim's ID number?
Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that.
Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all.
We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is
1, 2, 3,
584-2189. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. I can't do it.
You didn't even get the first number right.
Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
It absolutely does. The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189.
This tells me nothing.
Now, it tells me something, all right. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you?
It tells us that the victim of the murder at the police department and the prosecutor's office is one and the same. Which feels weird that they haven't figured this out yet. Witness!
What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
All right. Watching the Olympics? Absolutely. Big wins today. No, it's just I got confused.
And this is news.
Bam! Got him! Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing like you always do. The police department. The prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney. Remember? Are you okay? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman.
Shame on you, Wright. Oh, personal IDs are top secret.
Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we have heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82. Oh, they aren't connected. I've forgotten.
You didn't even get the first number right again! The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Well, the number you said on the ID started with an 8, so...
No, it didn't! Just go in circles. Wait a second, Wright. What does this... mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman, along with his twin brother, Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that?
Sharp as a tack, righto. Sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. You can't have him. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot.
Yet, a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, in a completely different location.
Order! 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 Chief, what does this mean?
No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine. But I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said, wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error. Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How dare? We informed you yesterday, my boy. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Uh-oh. Remember, those of you who are on here for Tuesday's stream, a little scrawny little guy named Officer Meekins ran into his office, was like, I got a report for you, sir. And he's like, is it related to the case right now? Well, he's like, no. Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have you heard that name before? Wait, aha!
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me the report had nothing to do with the Skye incident. Detective Bruce Goodman, murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Ugh. Well, why didn't your officer tell me?
Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer is capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. And I... No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was this second rule of evidence law?
Oh, Mr. Wright?
Huh? Oh, well, it's,
Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. Ugh. The connection was just proven by Wright-o over there. Good job, Wright-o, my boy.
huh? I was just doing my job.
No. No!
Uh-oh.
It seems we have come to the end of this trial. I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all the rumors? You were even just in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. I think just saying high voice meant it sounded like a character from the other stuff, huh?
Mr. Edgeworth!
Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. It's the last thing I do.
You better get results this time, really.
Give my profound apologies, sir.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth?
See ya.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
And that seems like an excellent place to call it quits for the night, friends. I gotta find a better voice for Gant, otherwise I'm gonna burn myself out so quickly on this. Oh boy. But hey, we had ourselves a fun time with that, and we made ourselves some progress. I think we got through our first day of court, which I'm excited to hear about. These cases can only last 3 days. Three investigation days, which are usually in the afternoons after court days. And then, court cases, though, the next mornings. So we managed to get through. We snuck it out. Turns out maybe Bruce Goodman, our victim in our case, was not actually killed at the scene of where the body was found. And so tonight, or next time that we'll be joining up on here, which I believe will be Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, friends, we will be figuring out where exactly that body came from. Yeah. Hope you guys had fun. I certainly did. Schedule for the rest of the week here, friends. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern, we're going to continue our playthrough of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons, which I started yesterday and was very fun. We are also raising money for Zeldathon 1986, which is the charity fundraiser that I'll be attending in about 2 weeks from now. That we have so far raised over almost $200 for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and we'll be raising more tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll do all that kind of stuff. Then on Saturday, I do have a new game that came out today that I think will be very cute to check out. It's called Thank Goodness You're Here. It's got big Untitled Goose Game energy. Very British, very goofy, very colorful. I'll post a link to it into the chat there, but it looks really fun, and apparently it's just like a 3-hour game. So a good, one streamer kind of thing. So I'll be checking that out on Saturday. Very cute. Sunday we'll be back to more of Ace Attorney. Monday will be more of Would You Believe is The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons. Then Tuesday back to more of Ace Attorney. Wednesday will be Oracle of Seasons. Thursday no stream. Friday no stream. Saturday no stream. Sunday I'm thinking that we'll probably have to do Ace Attorney because I'm starting to think we're not going to have enough time otherwise. So we do have to keep things rolling. But then after that, I'm heading straight to Zeldathon, friends. So I hope you guys will check us out over there. We'll be there for a whole week over at twitch.tv/Zeldathon, where I'll be helping a bunch of other nerds raise hopefully hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity. So if that sounds good to you and you're excited about the Legend of Zelda series and want to see all the games played in all sorts of goofy, silly, different ways, be sure to check that out.